You've written an article about this, and I'm curious to your thoughts. 4 Browns who could be first-time Pro Bowlers in 2023. You list Elijah Moore, wide receiver, Greg Newsome, defensive back, tight end David Njoku, and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. So take us through that article and kind of how you arrived at that.
Yeah, so I mean, I really do believe that Elijah Moore has the skill set of the wide receiver 2 in this offense. Again, Donovan Peoples-Jones is coming off a really productive year, but again, the separation data isn't there to say Donovan Peoples-Jones knows how to get open. He's a stiff route runner, very vertical. He's going to have to continue to thrive off of contested catches, which is a pretty volatile metric. Whereas you look at Elijah Moore, you look at his tape, you look at the metrics, and you say, this guy's always open. This guy's always open. But he was playing with the quarterback who couldn't get him the football. And I understand, Garrett Wilson could. That's great. But outside of one receiver, they couldn't find a way to spread the football around. I think they're going to have a better ability to do that this year. And I think Elijah Moore is in for not only a lot of targets naturally as a receiver, but they've been working on a lot of gadget stuff with him too. So I think they're going to manufacture ways to get the ball in his hands a lot. Again, I'm not going to project that he's going to go out and have a 1,000-yard season and score 10 touchdowns. But I think if you can get him to 800 yards, 7 touchdowns, and just find fun, creative ways to get him the ball, the trade's well worth it. I don't know if you're making a Pro Bowl at that point, but I do feel like that's kind of the baseline of the season we're looking at. And then on top of that, all it takes is 2-3 big games to say like, oh wow, this guy could be a Pro Bowler. Again, David Njoku was on pace for 1,000 yards last year before he got injured. He's lived up to the contract. His blocking profile over the past 3 years is one of the best of tight ends in the NFL. He's developed into a guy that's worth the contract. Again, if he can stay healthy, the Browns are going to get more explosive. And the biggest beneficiary of getting more explosive offensively should be your most explosive offensive talent, and that's David Njoku, national champion high jumper. He can jump out of the building. He's one of the more athletic tight ends in the league. So, again, his hands haven't really even been that big of an issue over the past couple of years as they were early in his career. So I think David Njoku, as long as he's healthy, again, the knee and then the ankle derailed him last year, but he was on pace for 1,000 yards. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, improved defensive tackle play, improved at defensive coordinator. That second level as a whole should benefit. They didn't go out and they didn't make any moves. So it says they trust Anthony Walker. They trust Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. They trust Sione Takitaki whenever he comes back. So he should have cleaner levels to work from as he's triggering downhill in the run game. He's always been pretty savvy in coverage to be able to cover tight ends down the field and rotate out and have a good feel for the middle of the field and coverage. So again, his size and durability is also a concern. So that depends a lot on his health as well. And then lastly, Greg Newsome. I just think people tend to write off how good Greg Newsome's rookie season was. Like it was tremendous for a rookie. He was up there with Patrick Surtain in conversations about these young cornerbacks are really good. Again, kicking into the nickel full time last year, and as he said, felt like he was playing linebacker, kind of leveled people's expectations for him. But now that they've kind of gone to this, they've already disclosed, Denzel Ward's going to be playing a lot more in the slot. He's going to be going in the slot. They're going to be matching a lot more, so he's not going to be playing exclusively. He's going to be playing outside a lot more. I think we could see him return to not only the form of his rookie season, but see a jump with Jim Schwartz's system as well, playing where his skill set is best utilized.
Yeah, I would agree. And the other thing I'd say about David Njoku, historically, Deshaun Watson, he does really well and throws to his tight ends a lot. So I think that's another thing that could factor into him having a big-time season. And he's been really good. I think he can get top 3, top 4, maybe top 5 tight ends in the NFL. I think he is that good. And I'm anxious to see him with Deshaun Watson.